Welcome back to the project, and we are very excited to welcome our next guest. Hard to believe, folks, but it's been over 20 years since we were first introduced to the clean-cut character of Brandon Walsh in television's Beverly Hills 90210.
My name's Brandon Walsh. Brandon Walsh.
Yes, Dylan, Brandon Walsh. A role that made Jason Priestley a teen heartthrob and a household name. Since then, this two-time Golden Globe nominee has appeared in a stack of acclaimed films and TV shows. Ow! Became a professional race car driver and boogied with Britney. Jason's new show, Call Me Fitz, has him shedding his good guy image, instead playing a used car dealer interested in booze and broads. Or, as Jason himself says, Sunday night at Charlie Sheen's house.
Scotch. Bourbon.
Tequila!
Vodka.
And he joins us now in the studio, Jason Priestley.
You guys made my career look so perfect in that package. Thank you.
Now, you're in town to launch the new FX channel on Foxtel, and we'll get to that in a sec. But first, I got to talk about 90210. When I was growing up, my mum wouldn't let me watch any TV, but she let me watch 90210 because she said it was important for me to learn about life as a teenager, which was so bizarre because I didn't have the heart to tell her that life in Beverly Hills was nothing like the Perth Hills where I live. But we did. That's all we watched, and it taught us so many things. And it really, I think,
really?
it did.
Well, it did. Those first 5 seasons, we really tried to focus on issues and very universal issues that young people face. After that, though, the show just became a free-for-all, and it was, you know...
I think Carrie focused on you the whole time, to be honest.
Look, I had your poster on my wall, but I wasn't obsessive. It's all right.
Now,
She never stalked me or anything. You know, it's okay.
I
was a massive fan of Brandon Walsh. What I liked about him as a character on TV, he had like a moral compass. He made doing the right thing seem cool.
Yes.
Were you anything like that, or were you more of a naughty boy Luke Perry on a motorcycle sort of thing?
I was more like a naughty boy on a motorcycle kind of thing. It was...
You've shattered my dreams.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just a character I played, really. No, it was... you know, Brandon was a very goody guy, and he was the moral compass of that show. And I used to say that he was the social conscience of America because he was just too sanctimonious about it, you know what I mean?
You know, Charlie's being a little bit shy here because, Charlie, who do you get told you look like all the time and you have for a long time?
Yeah, you know when people say who'd play you in the movie of your life, and I say like Sean Penn, they go, no, Jason Priestley.
You've got like a little similar hair and everything.
And then you went and grew a beard in the meantime.
It is possible you would be playing Jason Priestley, wasn't the other way around.
I'm an awful actor. Don't hire me. I'd be rubbish.
Let's get back to you for a second. Now, you were massive. I mean, you're still obviously very popular. You were massive, though. You were the Bieber of your time, I believe. I mean, how was it with the fans? How crazy did the fans get?
It got pretty crazy at times. I mean, I had a girl break into my house once, and she climbed through the dog door, and she got all the way into my bed, and she had a pair of my Calvin Klein. It was pretty awkward.
When did this get terrifying?
Yeah.
Do you still see any of the other guys from the show?
Yeah. We were all at the Peach Pit on Saturday night.
I mean, you normally hear when a show ends like that, people have almost had enough of each other and they don't want to keep hanging out. But you guys are genuinely friends, aren't you?
No, not all of us. No. I hate to shatter your dreams, but no. Some of us are, and some of us are not.
Right. Okay.
Moving on into the next phase. I mean, you came out of that show and you became a professional racing car driver and had this monster crash.
Well, I was actually a racer all the way through that show, and it was you know, the insurance company was not happy about it, but I was.
Didn't you?
I did, yeah. I was a professional driver for almost 11 years, actually. Yeah, I had a big.
Not there.
Not there.
No, hey, that's not me. Yeah, I had a big crash back in 2002, but you know, that's racing. And
you had some serious injuries, though.
Yeah, pretty serious.
You had no nose.
But I'm still here, and I'm totally fine.
Well, you look fantastic.
Well, thanks.
No, anyway, swept up in the mania, to be honest.
Is that the end of it? Was that when you decided I'm not going to try that again?
No, I didn't retire until a year later. And it had nothing to do with that accident, because that was, you know, that was just a hiccup.
That's now let's talk about Call Me Fitz, your new show. It's won a stack of awards. It's hilarious.
Yeah, thank you
Tell us a
very
bit
much.
about the story of your character in the show.
You sort of touched on it in the promo there. I mean, Fitz is a used car salesman, and that's his dealership that he works at. And he drinks too much and does too many drugs and sleeps with yes, he is the antithesis of Brandon Walsh, which makes him a lot of fun to play because he's not hamstrung by any sort of societal morals or societal norms. He really just doesn't care about much except for getting his next fix, and his next fix is booze or drugs or women or selling cars or whatever it is, and he really makes decisions like a 15-year-old boy and doesn't give any thought to the ramifications of his actions. And he's a lot of fun to play because he's wild and unpredictable, and I really get to explore that side, which is fun.
Have you been exploring Australia much? You've been here for a couple of weeks now with your wife Naomi and your kids.
I have. Yes. Well, we were actually down here in Melbourne for a few days, and went to the animal sanctuary, and my wife has family here, so they threw a big barbecue for us.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. All right. Good.
Call Me Fitz debuts on Foxtel's FX channel on Wednesday, March 7. Would you please thank the wonderful Jason Priestley.